You blow up my line all the same, so tell me what's up. Think you gon' play me, just know that I'm not one of them. Feel like I don't know you, don't come around, no invaders them.
It's your boy Noto, back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And in today's video, we're going to discuss the cons of being an attractive man. So I'm going to go ahead on and get into this, guys, because I know a lot of you guys starting to face a lot of the cons and probably don't know a lot of the cons and probably have a lot of stuff going on that you don't understand. So maybe I get into this, maybe some of this you can resonate with this. And this is a disclaimer. I am not saying I'm the most handsome guy and all this other stuff or whatever. I just made a transformation. I noticed a lot of differences from after I made the transformation until now here. So this is no narcissism going on here at all. It's just experiences that I've had and I've seen other people go through as well. So I just want to share this with you guys and just let me know if it resonates with you, if any of this happened with you, and we can discuss it in the comment section. But anyway, the first one's going to be is the constant downplay of your presence. That's going to be one of the cons, because people will actively try to downplay your presence. Even when you just chilling, you ain't doing nothing to nobody, you're literally minding your own business and you're just going about what you do on a daily basis. You could be at work just doing something, but people are constantly trying to downplay your presence by trying to come up and just try to actively just look away from you as like, you know, you can tell when they're doing that. You can literally tell when they're doing that, and it's just they go out of their way to undermine your presence. So they're trying to downplay your presence because you're radiating so much. You know, they know that you're an attractive man. They know that too. The guys might be around your workplace. They'll try to downplay you. So, like sometimes, like some things that be happening. Sometimes they'll come and speak, right? They'll try to bro down with you, right? And especially if you're talking to girls, they'll try to come bro down with you. They want to be cool with you. But the next day you try to go speak to them, and they probably speaking to girls. They'll try to act like they don't know you, or like if you go try to speak to them, they won't say nothing to you. You see what I'm saying? So they won't say anything. What they will do is they will deny your presence, and they will actively just ignore you when you come over there and say something to them. That is some green stuff right there. That's something we say in Florida. I don't know if anybody else know that, but we call that's some green shit. Like, you will go over there and speak to them, and they'll act like they didn't hear what you said, and they'll try to dismiss your presence by act like they were ignoring you and stuff like that. So that's one thing too. So they'll constantly try to downplay your presence and undermine your presence, especially in the presence of women. See what I'm saying? So women will also do the same thing as well. Women will come around and actively look away from you. I've had times where I wore tank tops or compression shirt like I am wearing today, and they will just like actively look away from you or try to act like you're not there. It's another sign that I've seen too. Like, say for instance, someone's eating or you're talking to somebody and you're walking by women, or say for instance on your lunch break or your working stations or something. I've seen this sign right here where they're trying to act like they don't see you, and they'll talk, right? You'll see them talking, but when you come around and maybe you got on something that's you're looking real good or something like that, or to the point where it's standing out a little more, maybe you're wearing a tank top or you're just looking extra good that day or whatever, you just know that you popping your shit that day, pretty much, or whatever, however you doing it with the sex appeal. So you walk by, I noticed that women will act like they're actively into the conversation. Oh yeah, men do this too, but I've noticed this with women because it's happened recently. So they'll act like they are so engaged into the conversation, and they'll start speaking a little more frantically, acting like they're into the conversation the closer you get by. So say for instance, you're about to walk by, they're talking normally, but closer you get, now that they see you, they saw you, but they're not looking directly at you. But now all of a sudden the conversation is so engaging now, or all of a sudden it's so exciting now. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you see what I mean? It's just like that dynamic from Love Don't Cost a Thing as well. And it's getting into the next point too, of women trying to make you jealous too. They'll actively try to do that, but we're going to get into that. But it's almost just like that when, like, the girl was trying to make Nick Cannon jealous pretty much, and what she was doing was she would kiss on his neck. Like, when he came around there, she was kissing on the other guy's neck, acting like, oh yeah, you know, she's so into that conversation, so into that interaction, just because Nick came over there, right? So it's basically the same thing, but they're just doing that with active conversation. So they'll act like, oh, the conversation's so engaging, or they're talking to another guy and they're acting like, oh, it's so exciting and stuff like that. Guys do that too, but what they do it in this version too. So they're trying to downplay your presence, but they're trying to take the presence, they're trying to take the attention away from your presence. So what they will do is they'll like, if they sit across from a girl or just whatever group of whatever people they're sitting at, they'll try to actively get them engaged into looking at what they're talking about, and what they're talking about, they're trying to be extremely punctual and trying to be more engagement and more enthusiastic, so that they'll more look at you, more to look at them as opposed to you, because they know that you're coming. So like, say for instance, okay, like you walking by, no, all of a sudden, oh, hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? You sitting across from a girl. A guy did that recently, definitely did that. So he was basically trying to distract her attention from looking around just because he saw me coming by. They will definitely do little stuff like that. So just watch out. That's definitely one of the signs I've been seeing, that extra engagement and conversation when you coming by. I know you probably guys have seen this before. You probably know, okay, dang, why she suddenly so much into the conversation? Yeah, that's another thing. So the constant downplay, and then they're trying to draw attention away from you. So they're trying to undermine your presence, and they're trying to divert the attention away from your presence. So whatever situation they're trying to get into doesn't get involved with you or nothing like that. So definitely that is one thing that you will face, and that's definitely a con, because you ain't doing nothing. You really just chilling and you just being in your image, but your image has gotten so good because you worked on your body, you worked on your presentation, and it's glowing and it's magnetic. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a magnetic presence, that's, people will try to divert attention away from it. They'll try to act like they don't see it. They'll try to downplay it. They'll try to undermine it because it makes them feel better about themselves. They have insecurities. You're drawing them out every time you come around. Remember, I tell you guys, it is the constant exposure. So especially if you're at work, they have to see this shit every day, over and over and over and over again. So that's why a lot of you guys, you get all these wishy-washy types of behavior from the guys at your job, because they don't know how to react to you on which other day. One day you might wear a loose shirt, one day you might wear something tight on you that's showing something, especially if women around and they feel like, oh, you got a leg up on them, oh, now they got a cop block, now they got to say something, oh, now they got to pick on you, now they got to say stuff. They're forced to try to pick on you and say stuff about you because your presence is shaking them. Remember, you get in there, you shake the room, like Pop Smoke said, shake the room. So you shake the room, every room you walk into, you shake it. So they have no choice but to acknowledge you. So that's why it's such a con, because they downplaying your presence when all you doing is just showing up. You put in the work for yourself. You worked in it for yourself, but they're trying to downplay it and undermine your presence and divert the attention away from your presence, because it's a reflection of what they ain't doing, and they don't want the girls that they try to talk to see what you're presenting. And also the women also don't want to acknowledge it because they don't want to give out free validation from you, for you, and stuff like that, so that they make it seem like they're a part of the fan club and stuff like that. They don't necessarily want to be a part of the fan club. Even if they want to deal with you, you know, they will still don't want to give off the groupie energy. You see what I mean? So they can still want to deal with you, but they just don't want to come off as needy and all that. They can still feel like they really, really want you, even behind closed doors or whatever. They be like, dang, he look good, it's good, but I'm not finna show him, I'm not finna act like that, so I'm act like I don't see him when I come around. Yeah, so they'll always try to be like, they try to humble you as well. So it comes with the downplay, diversion of attention, and they're trying to undermine your presence. So that's the first way, that's the first con of being an attractive man that will happen to you frequently, definitely will happen to you. You probably didn't even know this is happening, but it's definitely happening to you. The next one is women will actively try to make you jealous. Whenever you're around, like they try to check you, they try to humble you by making you jealous, or an attempt to make you jealous by trying to come and talk to guys in front of you, or they try to talk to another guy instead of you. You know what I mean? They make sure that you can see it, but they're actively trying to humble you. They're actively trying to invoke some type of jealousy within you, and you ain't even do nothing. You see what I mean? They will definitely do some stuff like that, and that's a con because you ain't do nothing. You see what I mean? You chilling, but you might have even tried to talk to her, but she might be so intimidated or whatever. You just never know. They like to play games like that. So they'll come around knowing they want to mess with you, knowing they want to deal with you, but they'll come and talk to the guy next to you so it can make it seem like, oh, they chose him over you. So they're trying to invoke some type of jealous reaction out of you. That's why you got to have a good and strong mindset and tough, thick skin whenever you like in that type of form. Because if you act out and you try to crash out behind that, it'll just prove to the fact that you're not the guy that you look like you are. You see what I mean? So you really got to respond to that and just be like, you know what? Okay, I see what's going on. Hey, just dismiss yourself. Don't even pay it no mind. Just ignore it. Because all you do, just say, for instance, a girl try to come and do that to you in the bar, and you walk across the room, and all she gonna do is keep talking to that guy and keep looking over at you to see if you watching. Trust and believe me. And if you think I'm lying, just do that. You'll see what I'm talking about. She's gonna periodically keep looking over at you to get your approval. and just to show that she's talking to the guy, she's gonna act like she's so into the guy. Going back to that in example that I gave with the Christina Milian and Nick Cannon Love Don't Cost a Thing example that I brought forth earlier, basically saying that she's just trying to act like she's so into that guy, want to invoke jealousy within you so that you'll feel like a little less than yourself, so she can try to bring you down a notch. That's another thing. A lot of people try to humble you as well. That's going into the next point. A lot of people try to humble you. They try to say, oh, you're not this, you're not that, or they try to make little jokes and stuff like that. They're trying to bring you down. You could be the best person in the world. That's the thing. People don't even know you, but they automatically feel like they need to bring you down a notch just because you feel good about yourself. But the fact that you actually are attractive, man, it comes off times 10. It's not like, say for instance, I guess you say a guy that doesn't have any magnetism, any sex appeal, any attractive man like qualities about him, they're not going to feel as offended if he just come out feeling good about himself, or he get a haircut, or okay, he feeling really good about himself. But let a man that has sexual magnetism, that look good, got a good body, good face, whatever's making him magnetic, and it's times 10 with you. Because now he feeling himself. Oh, he acting like he better than everybody. You see what I mean? So it's so many. It's interpreted so much different from an average type of guy, and when you're an attractive guy. So everything is interpreted times 10. That's the biggest con of all. Like with all these points, everything is interpreted times 10, and that's going into the next point. Is everybody's perception of you is that you're like an asshole or something like that, or you got a bad attitude, and that you feel like you all that. They basically put a type of personality onto you. You see what I'm saying? They push a certain type of personality trait onto you that doesn't even exist for you. They don't even know you personally. All they see is your outward appearance, and they just go on about it. They're gonna think, okay, he's arrogant because he looks like this, or he's arrogant because he got a haircut, or he keeps himself neat, keeps himself smelling good, he takes care of his body, he's looking good. So they know that you can attract people, and people want to be attracted to you. They know that you're an attractive man. They know that you can get women on both ends. They know that the men know that you can get women, and the women know that you can get women. You see what I mean? So they're going to automatically think that you're full of your own juices just because you can, just because you're able to. And you might not even be indulging in none of that stuff, but that is the perception. So they put that on you. So that's why it leads back to the downplay, and that leads back to them trying to make you jealous because they want to bring you down a notch. They are trying that's all leading to them trying to humble you. A lot of these environments, they're going to try to humble you, even when you're not even trying to. You're literally not even trying to. You're not trying to shit on nobody. But just keeping it a buck, when you keeping your appearance up and you've reached a certain form, you're just going to shit on people by you're not actively trying to do it, and their own insecurities are going to warrant this. But I'm going to say that you're going to the collateral damage is you're going to be you shitting on people because their insecurities are going to be coming out when you come around, and you have nothing to do with that. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So you have absolutely nothing to do with that. So you're going to be facing that type of thing. And the thing that you just do with it, you really just don't worry. All this stuff right here, you really just don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. You don't worry about the constant downplay. You don't worry about them trying to undermine your presence. You just don't worry about none of that stuff. Have the personality trait. So the thing is, what you're going to have to do when it comes to this personality trait thing, guys, is what you're going to find yourself trying to dumb yourself down. You're going to find yourself trying to be extra friendly, or you're trying to make things like, you try to be cordial and you try to fit in and be cool with people that just can't see eye to eye with your lifestyle and what you're doing. And at the same time, they still faced with what you're talking about. Like I said, with the 100K chain, you could be cool as you want to be, but they're still focused on the 100K chain, which could be your appearance. In this case, the 100K chain, like they're always looking at it. So if you got $100,000 chain on your neck, they're not going to be able to just, dang, it's still that chain. I can still see the chain. He's a good person. He's cool. He's trying to relate to us, but he's still got on a 100K chain. We working 95 jobs over here. That's how they feel when they feel like they're, average man. They haven't worked on themselves or nothing like that, but they're looking at a guy with a 100K chain coming around trying to be cool with him and cordial with him and be like, okay, yeah, the day is a hard day. They can't relate with you. They don't feel like they can relate with you because they're still staring at their chain. The chain represents your presentation. You being an attractive man, so that means that's the confidence exposure. They want to dap you up. They see the chain, they see your appearance, they want to be like, yeah, I feel it. But then it's just going to keep shaking them because they're not doing anything with their own appearance. It just doesn't work. not long term. It'll work from some time to time. You're like, oh dang, I'm actually surprised that this guy's cool. You know, that some days you like those guys that usually be you get the hater energy from. They'll come out of nowhere and be like, oh dang, he's actually being cool today. You see what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. You're gonna have to end up dumbing yourself down. You're gonna find yourself trying to undermine your own self just to make peace with the environment. And I've said this so many times, like you're gonna find yourself trying to do that. And when it comes to women, a lot of women are gonna be, I'm gonna tell you right now, that a lot of women are gonna be intimidated by you. Even beautiful chicks will be intimidated by you. They really will, because they'll feel like, remember the perception I told you about earlier is that they will feel like you can get so many women, you can get this and that, so they feel like your head is like swell up like a blow pop or something like that. So they feel like, oh, you're full of narcissism, you're full of ego and all this other stuff. So they got that going on. So they're gonna feel that type of way. The thing is, especially with the chicks that are very, very intimidated, you're gonna find yourself just what you do is you disarm your regular personality traits, and what it's gonna be is that the exposure to that, you're just gonna have to inadvertently prove them wrong that you're not that type of guy, and you're actually down to earth and you're cool. And then they become your biggest fans. They be cool once you figure out that, okay, yeah, he's not like that. He looks like this, but he's not like that. He's actually a cool person. He's actually down to earth. He's really, he's actually a very genuine person. That's when all that go away. But you're gonna find yourself doing that over and over and over again. Now, if it's a friend group and you get one of them and they figure out, okay, that you cool, then okay, then you finally gonna be cool with the group, because then they gonna spread it out to the. But other than that, if you going from girl to girl, you're gonna end up having to do that, back to back to back. So they already gonna be dancing. You gonna be dancing on eggshells with them, because they feel some type of way and they feel like, okay, you're gonna act like this. But once they figure out you ain't no asshole, and that's why it's a con, because you literally have to prove that you ain't no asshole. I'm not saying that you actively trying to do that, but you have to show your personality, and they like let you off the hook. See what I'm saying? They got their wall way up, like the wall of China. They got it way up with you, because your appearance. But let that be a normal average guy. And no, they ain't doing all that, because they don't feel like they feel safe. They feel secure with them. They don't feel like they got nothing to worry about with that. So that's another con as an attractive man. Another con is you have guys with the pick me energy, and guys are always trying to challenge you and stuff like that. You have guys come around trying to challenge you, trying to big themselves up around you. Like I say, it comes with undermining your presence as well, but they try to challenge you to be like, okay, I'm the tougher guy. I see you look like this, like you look like you can get girls, but I'm tougher than you, whatever. They try to do that in so many ways. Some guys are just try to like, they'll come by, they try to walk right by you, like real like aggressively, like near missing you. Guys do that a lot. They definitely do that a lot. It'd be a lot of sidebar, it'd be a lot of sneak dissing going on. It'd be like sneak dissing. They'll make small little jokes like pertaining to you. You'll think that it's a joke, but no, they ain't playing. They really feel that way, and especially if they always bringing it up. Y'all talking about, oh, he always lifting weights and stuff like that, or whatever it has to do with your appearance. You find them always making some type of comment about your appearance and stuff like that. So not to worry about that, and you're gonna be like, okay, you find yourself having to shake off a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, joke it off. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I lift weights or whatever. You just gonna find yourself doing that shit over and over and over a damn again. Over again. These guys, okay, you see him, or he mugging, or he mature, he mate guarding his girl. So he be like, okay, dang. Okay, I see what he feeling like. Okay, he grabbed his girl when I walked by. Okay, I see. You just get tired of seeing shit over and over. You have to keep dealing with it over and over again with different people, with different interactions. But you can still remember, you're still magnetic. So the other people, they still see that. So from person to person you gonna have those interactions, because they're coming in contact with you. So you gonna have to keep dealing with that. With guys, they're gonna feel like, oh, they can come over there. Some girls, you could be talking to some girls. They'll try to act like they can come and take a girl. They come over there, try to act like they can talk to the girls and stuff like that. And the girls will be looking like, what the hell he doing? Trying to show out in front of the girls. I remember I told y'all guys, guy came over there and spread it out money while I was over there talking to girls, and they laughed them off and joked them off, and still continued the night with me. You see what I'm saying? So they be doing little green stuff like that, and they'll try to do stuff to challenge you and all that kind of stuff. You're gonna endlessly face challenges from other men. So it comes with the territory. Definitely a con to being an attractive man, because they feel like they're tougher than you, especially if you got really, really good looks. They feel like they're tougher than you, so they're gonna feel like they can try you and try to, basically they're gonna try to bitch you. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make you look like a bitch in front of everybody else. because they trying to get points for themselves. They ain't got no other ammunition, so why not? Okay, I can beat his ass. So that's the whole mindset behind that. You see what I'm saying? You feel like, oh, you get the girls, yeah, I'll whoop his ass in front of the girls and they'll like me. That's how they be thinking. What other ammunition they got? Really? Other than the little slick jokes they be making, that don't work. That don't make the girls more interested. Now, okay, now I want to try them. And even if everything else don't work, them trying to beat you up, it'll give them some type of self-satisfaction, but it still ain't gonna help them. It still ain't gonna help them. But anyway, I just wanted to go over a few cons of being an attractive man. Hopefully, if any of this resonate with you guys, go on and say something in the comments. If I missed anything, say something in the comments. I can make a part 2 if you want, or whatever. Anyway, it's your boy Noto, back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves. They want to work at it. I'm out.
I'm chillin', I really ain't worried about niggas. I promise I keep it a Kuna Matata. Even though niggas be looking and sounding like me, that boy Morris said I'm not the father. Swear I'm a dog, get vicious when I'm irritated. I might need a shock on my collar. Don't got a filter, just keep it straightforward. I play my position, Andre Iguodala. Ain't no exposing me, I get in D, hit a ovary. Don't even go down that road with me. And if a chicken obsessed, I don't need it. I want that Miss Parker with Professor Ogilvy. Bitch ain't no testing me, none of these bitches be stressing me. Capping like they got the best of me. If she go off and get with another man, really she still gon' be thinking about sexing me. Done with these bitches, let's get to the paper. One piece of the pie, still out on the merit. Chasing that money, Coyote Road Runner ain't doing no talking, just like Tom and Jerry. Ain't no beef with no drama, it won't make no money to me, it's just unnecessary. But if I'm pushed, I'm gon' have to crash out on a nigga and then I'ma call up as Gary.